Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. We are working on Tom's L-head engine here. This is the one that I had to sleeve. It's in the honing tank. I got number 4 and number 3 pistons fit. I've got to do 2 and 1. And I'm working on number 2 right now. We got about a half thou left to go. So we'll get the oil started and then start honing a little bit. A little bit at a time when you get this close. Try a piston. I hand fit all the pistons like you saw me do on that last engine. I do that for every single engine I do. That's a little snug on that piston. And this is the biggest piston we have in there, so it's probably going to be snug on that too. Yeah. Pistons, they say they hold half a thousandths. These, I measured all of them, and they got a discrepancy of about 8 tenths, 8 ten thousandths. So you got to sneak up on the holes. You know, once you start fitting pistons, like I got 2 pistons already fit, and once you start fitting them, you only got 2 to choose from. So one's just 5 tenths smaller than the other, so we'll just fit it until we like it. Might have gotten us there. Let me just check that out, see where we're at. Okay, we're about 2 tenths off of 3-inch 125. I think that may fit this piston. Let's check it out. Oh yeah. You see how that 3,000 pulls out with just the right amount of drag. Perfect. So I like that, but I'm not even going to try the other piston in there. I like this one. Let's just make sure we like the slide up and down. Perfect. Oh, you're going to love this engine, Tom. This is going to be a nice, powerful engine. I got you a perfect 3-angle valve job on there yesterday. Every valve is holding 21 inches of vacuum with no spring on it, and I am hand fitting the pistons, and you'll have very good compression. And this will be a long life engine with those sleeves in there. The sleeve material is much better than the original cast iron. It's a different kind of cast iron, and they wear like iron. So I'm going to finish doing this. We'll put a plateau finish. We'll run the ball hone to get our crosshatch. We'll chamfer the top of the sleeve so the pistons go in there nice and the rings slide by beautiful. And then we'll get to washing and assembling this guy. Okay, Tom, here goes the plateau finish on your block. Critical step. If you guys asked me last time where I get the plateau brushes, you get them from Goodson Engine Building Tools, Cylinder Head Supply, which is Woodward equipment now. There's a couple places that got them. They're not terribly expensive, and it's a critical part of finishing the bore. Okay guys, there is the plateau finish. Get the ball hone out, run in there, get a good crosshatch, and almost ready to get this guy out of the tank. So we'll keep jamming on it. Okay, Tom, we're going to throw the crosshatch in there next. That's all it takes with the ball hone, and that's how ball hone should be used. You shouldn't try and straighten the cylinder out with it or anything. You're just using it for finish crosshatch surfacing. You know, you don't want to try and do anything more than that. So that's the way you properly use a ball hone, and that preps the cylinder perfectly, and the oil will just cling to that crosshatch, and you'll never have a dry cylinder. Okay guys, the honing and the cylinder finishing and piston fitting are finished on Tom's engine. Now we're going to let this just drip for a while. That honing oil just drips everywhere, so we're going to give that a little bit, and we're going to take a look at Scott's Scrambler frame. I've been patching that up, and we'll go take a peek at that next. Okay guys, here we are on the frame. A little area patched in here, and there was quite a big hole in here I had to cut out. That's all in there, and I still got to get that side patched, but I first have to make the plates for the spring hangers. And I have this side, which was a mess. This whole section's new in here, this whole side, and tried to get it to look as factory as possible. So I ran out of 10 and 12 gauge. I got some more steel coming in. This is taking a little bit more than I thought, but not too much more to go, and the frame will be back in the booth being painted, and then we'll stick the axles under it, and we'll be rolling in no time. Okay guys, perfect day for washing engines. Let's see what this one is. This is Steve's MB ready to go together. I got Tom's L head ready to go together. I got my F head ready to go together, and this will be the first batch of engines to go out, and then we'll get working on the next batch, which is Brian. I still got to get him a block, and Larry, I got a crank all ground for him, so he's ready for machine work, and we'll get going on that soon enough. And Mark is underway. I had a little bit of time, and I got Scott's wheels and tires mounted. I couldn't get anybody to come by and give me a hand with these, and sometimes the big tires are a bear, but I got the bead seated and everything worked out okay. I did find out that the rims, all 5 of them, are less than ideal. They did have some wiggle to them. Maybe somebody had over tightened them in the past and bent that center flange. I don't know, but I picked the 2 best. They do have a tremendous amount of weight on them. And big tires, mud terrains, you know, you get them. But that tire has got 6 ounces on it, so that's going to be a rear. Let's see what this one's got. I got a couple that only have... That one's got 2, so that's going to be a front. And I'll pick the 2 best for the front. I'll pick the worst one for the spare, and the 2 in the middle for the rear tires. That one, 1, 2, 3, 4 ounces on that one. So that may be a front. I'm not sure. I got to go through them, but no big deal. They're balanced, so they'll be fine. And I think they look fantastic. I hope you like them, Scott. Nice color you picked, and the tires are BF Goodrich, so they should last you a very long time. And let's come over here. I have a crankshaft. I better turn some lights on. Hey, in there, I got a crank in the crank machine, and let me get some lights on the subject. Okay, I just put this in here to see if I could save this rear main seal area. The lights are killing me now. This is very pitted. You could catch it with your fingernail easily. You could feel it with your finger. It's rusted all the way around there. I tried with the with the polisher to see if I could save that before I went any further with the grinding, and I cannot save that seal surface, so I'm gonna have to weld that, and not enough time today to weld that, but I'm gonna weld that and grind it. I set myself up already with a 3/4 inch wheel, and I'll get that welded and ground to the right size. I don't want any leaks, and I know that'll tear up the seal. So, you know, I'll show you the grinding when it happens, but I'm kind of going backwards on this crank. I thought I was going to be able to sand all that out with some 400, but just not the case. But I'll pull that out, get it welded, and then we'll get back to grinding on that one. But, you know, sometimes these things happen. But I've got pretty good assortment of belts, and we'll get that one ground and polished up real nice. Okay guys, that's about all I got for you today. I just wanted to show you the 66 CJ5. I went with the wagon wheels. I was thinking of going with the 16-inch wheels, but I decided to go with the wagon wheels just for a little bit of color. I was going to do the spruce tip green wheels and the spruce tip green body, but I wanted a little contrast. So I got a 31-10-50 on the factory Jeep rims there, and they fit the 11-inch drums without any trouble because they're off of Scott Scrambler. He was kind enough to let me use those. So, appreciate that, Scott. They came out good. I'm happy. I might put a green stripe around them, I'm not sure. But, there they are. So, this guy's rolling now. And working on the steering a little bit. But, gotta get Scott's frame going pretty soon, so I have to put this one to the side and get his axles under his frame and get him rolling shortly. So we're gonna end this one here today. As always, appreciate everybody watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.